Don't you love when you order a venti coffee at Starbucks and they give you a straw that doesn't stick all the way out of the top? Pumpkin spice, though. There's nothing really Halloweeny about this thrifting video, but it's during NERDTOBER, so cue that scary intro, Johnny. Thrifting, God, it's been pretty terrible. Aside from a few finds that you'll see here soon. And it's Monday, and it's just traffic, no matter what time it is in Washington State. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter how the weather is, there's always traffic. Anyway, let's go to the first location.
The first location is Antique Pavilion. I've been here in a previous Lair Thrifts episode, and it's one of my all-time favorite. Just browse for hours in this 50,000 square foot building. But what we're here for is video games, and the first thing I spot is Naruto Ninja Council 3 on the original DS. Yeah, I'll snag this one. I have a soft spot for Naruto games. Up next in the PSP section, we have Untold Legends Brotherhood of the Blade. This is one of the very first PSP games ever released. And in the case beside that, we have Valhalla Knights on the Wii. Have not played this game, so I'm gonna get it. But the main reason why I came to this location is because of this. Final Fantasy XI Seekers of Adoulin on the Xbox 360. Last time I was here I didn't get it and I was kicking myself. Now I have it, yay. And our next location is a Value Village, what a surprise. This location is pretty hit or miss. I have found some good stuff here. Today, however, not looking so good. I did find Hitman Blood Money on the Xbox 360. I could admit I've never played a Hitman game. Up next is Fight Club for the original Xbox. I'm gonna get it. Our next location is, you guessed it, a Value Village. More games than normal for this location. First thing I see is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning on the Xbox 360. Next we have Far Cry 4 Limited Edition on the Xbox One. Totally getting these. On the media shelf adjacent to that I spot Toy Story on Laserdisc, and behind that Brazil on Laserdisc. Oh my god, this is a science fiction classic, and it's on Laserdisc for $12.99. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm getting this. Sorry, Toy Story. I don't want to play with you anymore. Oh my god, it's another Value Village. Whoa. After waiting in line for this place to open, the first thing I spot in the video game section is on the Xbox One, Kingdom Hearts 3. Not bad, not bad. Next up is Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube for $3.99. Mine. We're gonna follow up with Mario Kart Wii for the Wii. Haha! Next is another GameCube game that I don't have, 1080 Avalanche. Totally getting that. And last was Naruto Ninja Storm 3 on the Xbox 360. Yo! And before I take my happy ass back to the Nerd Lair, we're gonna make one more stop at a Goodwill. Why not? I never really expect too much out of this location because it's in such a small town, but yeah, the only thing they had was Hitman 2 on the Xbox. I'm gonna get it because I already got a Hitman game. Let's go home. Alright, so we're just gonna go in the order that I stacked them in. First game is Naruto Ninja Council 3 on the original DS. This game is pretty fun. I remember playing it back when it first came out. I've always been a semi-fan of the Naruto games because they've all been consistently decent. The anime, however, at one point in time I was a Narutard, so to speak, but not so much anymore. Next on the PSP is Untold Legends Brotherhood of the Blade. This is probably one of the first, if not the first game to be released on the PlayStation Portable. It was really fun. It was like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance with the top-down dungeon crawler sort of style. And it was fun because it was 1 to 4 players, and you could use the Wi-Fi compatible ad hoc function to just play with your friends. Next up on the Xbox One is Far Cry 4. I have yet to play this particular Far Cry game. I heard good things about it. The case, however, looked like it was chewed up and shot out by a fucking dog or something, but no matter, I can switch the case. Always like seeing Far Cry games out in the wild, even the newer ones. You know, they're more common nowadays, but the earlier games, you just don't really see them all that often. But yeah, this is interesting looking Far Cry game, so I can't wait to crack into it. Next up on the Xbox One is Kingdom Hearts 3, and I have avoided playing this game because I am only a fan of really the first Kingdom Hearts game. Number 2 kind of left a bad taste in my mouth as far as, I don't know, story and where everything was going, characters being introduced. It was just a fucking mess in my opinion. You can't beat the first one. Thankfully, Sora is now in Smash Brothers, and it is a very well-deserved spot on the roster, in my opinion. He's been around for damn near 20 years at this point. Yeah, I love Kingdom Hearts, even if I don't like the other Kingdom Hearts games. Next up on the Xbox 360 is Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning. This game fucking flopped when it came out, and I don't understand why, because it was really good. It was really fun role-playing game. Looks like someone took a dump on it. But yeah, it doesn't have the manual, but I don't really care because this game has been remastered for newer consoles. But it's always nice to have the original format for whence it was released. Next up on the 360 is Hitman Blood Money. Never played any of the Hitman games, oddly enough. So I got 2 Hitman games on this thrift store run. So I think I might check them out. We'll see. Always interested though. He's bald like me, so I have to. That's the rules. On the 360, we have Final Fantasy XI: Seekers of Audolin, and I've always been a huge fan of MMORPGs. This one, I have not played this particular expansion, but it's funny that there's 2 Final Fantasy MMORPGs that have been going like side by side. This one and Final Fantasy XIV. This one, man, I used to play it back in the day, but I just cannot play it anymore. It is too dated, and they refuse. And good for them. They refuse to update the game to try to get new players. This is a very, very hardcore scene as far as MMOs go. It's old world players who have not had to worry about their game being changed. So I don't know, and I've always liked the art for these games, the Amano art. But yeah, really cool. These are getting harder and harder to find as well. Up next on the 360 is Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. I already stated that I have a little soft spot for the Naruto games. They're decent, if anything. The very least, they're decent, fun, action games. So I picked it up. Next up on the original Xbox is Fight Club. Did not know this existed as a video game. I mean, I did. It just kind of left my memory. The movie's great, though. I'm not so sure how the game is going to play out. It looks like a fighting game, so might be fun, maybe. Next up on the original Xbox, Hitman 2 Silent Assassin. Again, never played any of the Hitman games, but I got 2 in this run, so might as well try them. I don't know. Next up on the Wii is Valhalla Knights Elder Saga. This is an Xseed game, one that you don't very often see. I completely forgot this game existed until I saw it on the shelf. It looks very run-of-the-mill RPG it looks like it's something that would be on the PSP, to be honest with you. But it's a Wii game. Maybe it's on PSP too. I don't know. Next up on the Wii, we have Mario Kart Wii. It speaks for itself. It's decent if you haven't played any other Mario Kart games. Next up on the GameCube is my favorite Mario Kart game, Double Dash. And this game itself, complete, goes for around $70 to $80. I got this for $3.99, obviously. But it also came with something special inside. The bonus disc, which, from what I'm told, was given out in limited quantities, very rare, and it has bonus content, demos that you can play for upcoming GameCube games, as well as downloadable content for the Fire Emblem game on Game Boy Advance. So adding that disc to the mix, it doesn't have the original case because the original case had a little thing that said comes with bonus disc. But that disc alone adds like another $20 to $30 to the value. So not bad. And last of the games is 1080 Snowboarding Avalanche, or just 1080 Avalanche. I vaguely remember playing this game. I was a huge fan of the one on the N64, but GameCube games, especially like first-party Nintendo GameCube games, go for so much now, and they're so hard to find. So even if I'm not like a huge fan of it, I was gonna get this whether or not I liked it, just because of the it's not super valuable, but it's hard to find. So yeah. And last but not least is probably one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time, Brazil. This is the, I think I'm saying this right, the Criterion Collection. If you guys haven't seen Brazil, I highly recommend it if you're into kind of cerebral sort of sci-fi movies. It's the very basic synopsis of the movie is it's about a man who meets the woman of his dreams. And that's all I'll really say about it. So yeah, great find, super excited, very, very unexpected find for me, because this movie is just so obscure as far as like just finding it in a thrift store. So very happy about that. And that's going to do it for this episode of Lair Thrifts. Let me know what you guys thought of my haul down below in the comments section. Have you played any of these before? Do you like any of these games? Let me know. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, share it with someone who you know is into thrifting or collecting video games, and other stuff. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel because, as we all know, more subscriptions makes you more relevant.